Welcome to Sourcing and Supply Chain Management. I'm your professor, Professor Roberts. This is GSCM 350. So, before I dive into our syllabus, because that's the purpose of this video, I wanted to let you guys know a little bit about me. So, that way you can understand where I'm coming from. And I have a discussion question to have you guys introduce yourselves to me. Some of you guys I'm going to know from B Core 360. But some of you I will not. So I want to get to know you. Our class is small enough where we all can get to know each other and I can actually learn your names. However, since I can't see you guys 3 times a week, it might be difficult to know everybody. But you might have classmates that read your introduction and want to get to know you better because you still have another year or 2 or 3 left at the university. So let's go ahead and move on to learning about me. So I grew up in Illinois, just outside Chicago. I was about 30 minutes from Wisconsin. So if you look at this map and where the mouse pointer is going, you see the mouse in the center here. I grew up maybe right about there in Illinois. I know the mouse pointer is extremely small. I don't know why that is because it's a lot bigger on my screen. But anyway, so I grew up in Illinois. From Illinois, I lived in California for about 4 months. Then I moved to North Carolina. And in North Carolina, I spent maybe half my life. But then moved to Morgantown. And I'm here with you guys today. So why did all that happen? Well, I used to be in the United States Marine Corps. That's what took me to California. So boot camp and all that. So boot camp was about 4 months long. And after that, I went to North Carolina and I learned how to become a supply and administration operations specialist. That's a 3043, 3043 in the Marine Corps. In the Army, they have a letter and 2 numbers. I don't know how that works, but in the Navy, they call them storekeepers. In the Coast Guard, I believe they're called storekeepers. Air Force, I think they just call them logistics or supply. But either way, did 4 years in the Marine Corps. And then after that, I worked for the Department of the Navy, but I was actually working for the Office of Personnel Management. I just was assigned to the Navy. It was interesting because I moved from doing what supply in the Marine Corps to doing supply in the Navy, but I was with a Marine Corps unit, and I was the boss. So I moved from being one of the worker bees to the boss and getting to choose what I wore every day because I was a civilian. It was interesting. I loved it. And we'll get more into it in class. But after that, I worked for the DAV, Disabled American Veterans. And from there, I basically oversaw the operations for North Carolina. We had 60 locations and 35,000 members in North Carolina. And trying to get everybody on board to go in the same direction is not as easy as you think because they're all volunteers and members of the organization. So some people are active, some people are not. So it's interesting because when you get out into the real world and you start working and you become the supervisor or the boss, now you have to think about how am I going to get everybody in my sphere of control going down the same direction. It's interesting. Learn your people. That's what I got to tell you about that. We'll talk more about that later. Walmart. So after the DAV, I went to work for Walmart. And it's interesting because Walmart has one of the best supply chain systems in the world. Think about it. Something can be on a farm one day, and within 24 hours, it could be on a Walmart shelf, ready for you to buy. And it's gone through a distribution center. It's gone through another one. It might have gone, and then on a truck all the way to your local Walmart store. So you might have had something that was in Mexico the day before, but it went through the supply chain system, and it's now in the store, and you're looking to buy it. Whether it's a tomato, whether it's anything else, think about it. Fresh produce. Because of the nature of produce, it goes bad very quickly. So Walmart gets deliveries at the store daily, before 4 in the morning. And then from there, they have until 10 a.m. to get all that stuff onto the sales floor so you can buy it. But they never have extra. So when the thing is out on the floor, there's nothing there in produce, It means there's nothing in the back room, because they're using sales data to know how much needs to get sent to the store in order to make sure the shelf is always full. But I'll use Walmart and my other workplaces as examples as we get through this semester. So, certifications. So I'm a certified project management professional, and I'm also a Six Sigma black belt. And while none of these actually apply to this class, you guys may want to look into these to see what other options within supply chain you guys might want to go. So you will be taking a project management class, and you will be taking supply chain quality. So that's just two directions of possibilities that you guys can go in your supply chain careers. But we're talking sourcing here. So we're talking sourcing and purchasing. But when you get out there, and even now, membership is key. So you should have received an email where I submitted you for a membership, a student membership into ASCM or APICS. So the Association for Supply Chain Management. APICS is their education and membership side. And so APICS is under the Association for Supply Chain Management. They're a great organization. There's a local chapter in Pittsburgh. And I encourage you to get involved, network, come to the events when we can, and learn more. The Institute for Supply Chain Management has a lot of great information that you guys can use. Student membership used to be free, and if it was free, I'd give it all to you guys. However, I think it's about $20, and there's about 160 in the supply chain major, so I don't have $3,000 just to be thrown out there. I have a 4-month-old baby who's going through diapers like water, so I need to use that money for that. But if you're interested, let me know. The Institute for Supply Chain Management is a great organization. So our next thing we're going to talk about is the syllabus. And you might have seen this before, but the syllabus has lots of things like our course schedule. What are we doing? Late homework policy, office hours. How are our grades be figured out? It's all in the syllabus. If it's not in the syllabus, ask. But first check the syllabus. See if it is in there. Because if it is in the syllabus, I might just go ahead and send you an email saying it's in the syllabus on page 10. So I really don't want to give email responses like that. So please check the syllabus before sending me a question. If it's in the syllabus and you have a question on it, feel free. I want to answer those questions. But let's go ahead and talk about the syllabus. All right? So let's do that. So here's our syllabus. So this course is GSCM 350 section 3. So when you send me emails, put that in the subject line, GSCM 350003, because in the second half of the semester, I'm also going to be teaching an online class of this. So they're going to be 7 Delta 1, 7D1. So make sure you tell me it's 003. That's very important. That way I'm not looking in the other class trying to figure out your issue that I need to help you with or need to fix something. So definitely put that in the subject line of any email you send me from this class. So my name's in there, Dr. Jeremy Roberts. I do prefer the title of doctor or professor. I worked very hard for the title of doctor and almost equally as hard to get the title of professor. So I would appreciate if you guys do that. If you want me to call you Mr., Miss, Ms., whatever the case, Mrs., I don't care. Let me know. I'll do it. It's not a big issue for me because, hey, if that's how you want to be addressed, I'll work with you. Office hours. Office hours are going to be Friday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. And I'm going to do them through Zoom. So this is Eastern time in the United States. Any other time, by appointment. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I want to have my weekends for me because I'm going to be so busy with all the work that I'm going to have to grade and stuff. I'd like to spend some time with my family. So anyway, course description. You can read this on your own, but we're going to try to learn about these two primary responsibilities. Acquire the best goods and services available worldwide to support the organization's strategy. So this is global supply chain management. That's our program, right? So we're looking global. So we're going to source globally. It's not as difficult as you think. There might be some language barriers. You might have to convert things to metric instead of imperial or standard, which go from inches to millimeters or centimeters. So be careful when you're doing that, but we'll go over that more. And we're going to cultivate the most appropriate relationships with the best team of suppliers available. So we're going to do a lot of supplier evaluation talking, because we need to know that our suppliers are in it to work with us. So let's go ahead and move into our course pack here. So our course pack, I'm going to give everybody a 10-day access for free, because I know some of you might have the funds right now to purchase it. Some of you might not until the 1st, or maybe slightly thereafter, or need to wait till the next payday. Whatever the case may be, doesn't matter. Everybody is getting a 10-day access. You should get an email on Tuesday before class starts. That way, you're set. You don't have to worry about not having the book. So, I'm going to be sending this out, so you'll be able to use this link to purchase the course. Or not purchase the course, but purchase the course pack, which has everything that we need. All right, now, because this is an online class, we're going to have some hardware, software, and technology requirements. Notice, requirements, not optional. So you're going to need the following hardware, okay? A Windows or a Mac-based computer, or regular access to one. Many of you might have your own laptop. Many of you don't. And if you need to use your parents, well, that's regular access. Talk to your parents or your guardian or a friend, wherever the case may be. If you need to go to the university library to do the course, that's fine. Wherever you can get access to a computer, because this is an online course. All right, webcam. Or I should back up for a minute. So Windows or Mac based. Do not use a Chromebook. Chromebook doesn't work with Respondus Lockdown Browser. And because of that, you're not going to be able to take our exams. So it needs to be a Windows or Mac based. And you're going to need a webcam, which is that next point. But I don't recommend tablets, such as iPads. I don't recommend that because of technology issues that I've had in the past. Use a computer, okay? All right, webcams. We're going to be using the Respondus Lockdown Browser's monitor feature, and we're going to have Collaborate Ultra and Zoom, and we might even use Google Meet. But a good standard camera is the Logitech C270, and you can use that link to buy it on Amazon. I don't care if you buy this one, a cheaper one, a more expensive one. I really don't care. You're just going to need a webcam, all right? And you're going to need a standard calculator. We're going to be doing some math in this class, and we're going to have natural log, which I don't believe is on a standard calculator. If it is, I haven't used a standard calculator in years because I use a scientific one. But some of the math may be difficult if you don't have those advanced features that a scientific calculator might have. So you're not going to be able to use your smartphone. You're not going to be able to use a calculator on your smartphone, because if you do, I might consider it cheating if I see you using it on exams. And I really don't want to go down that route of student conduct, because no one's happy with the outcome of that. I'm not happy because I have to report you. You're not happy because you might be found responsible for a violation. Let's not go down that route. Okay, so, okay, so software. We need Office 365, Microsoft Office 365. It's free from ITS. So go to this link, and like I said, I'm going to be attaching this syllabus to an email and sending it out to you guys, so use the link. It will take you to how to download and use Office 365 for free. You do not have to pay for it. If you have a Mac and you use, it's probably called Pages or something like that, the Microsoft Word version equivalent on a Mac, I can't open those files in eCampus. It does not allow me to. And I use a Windows-based computer. If you submit a Pages file, I will give you a 0 because I cannot read it. Don't do it. I don't want to have to go through that. Google Chrome. So I recommend Google Chrome because it's free. You can use Firefox, Safari, or even Edge now. Edge is a new one. But I can't guarantee full functionality. You might have to contact ITS to fix something, and I really don't want to have you go through that. So I recommend Chrome, and use the latest version of Chrome. It tells you when there's an update. There's a little icon in the corner. It's like sometimes a green up arrow or a red up arrow, depending on how many versions you're behind. You just click it, and it will basically update, and will ask you to reload. So close the program and open it up again, and all your websites are there. But it updated the software. So with the other ones, I can't guarantee you're going to have full functionality, and you might run into problems. Respondus Lockdown Browser. This is another free one through the university. Click on this link and download it. This is how we're going to be taking our exams. I want to believe that everybody in class is honest, but I'd be naive in thinking that. I know there may be 1 or 2 people that might not be as honest as everybody else. Yeah, so to make it where no one is tempted, I'm going to be using Respondus Lockdown Browser for our exams. And we're going to be using the monitor. So it's going to have a webcam recording you during the exam. I know that's a little weird. However, you get used to it. One thing I do ask is that you please be wearing clothes. Please be decent. I've seen some videos, because I actually get to see those videos of your exam, and I didn't want to see some things. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Please be wearing clothes and be decent. Antivirus software. This is always a good thing to have, and it's free through the university. So no reason not to have it, right? All right, you're going to need technology. So the technology, I'm calling it, is broadband internet connection. This could be Charter, Spectrum, CenturyLink. It doesn't matter, as long as it's broadband. So don't use a dial-up connection, because that might not be fast enough, or I'm just going to say it's not fast enough for our needs. So if you have DSL, cable, fiber, whatever it is, you'll be fine. If you don't have access to it, you can come onto the campus, or even maybe if you didn't come to Morgantown this semester, you might be able to go to a local community college campus and use their Wi-Fi. Log on to the guest network. Sit in a McDonald's parking lot, use their guest network. It depends on your situation. If you have any issues with this, let me know, and we'll see what we can do. So we have some expected learning outcomes. You can read these later. Our course structure. All activities in this course will be delivered through eCampus and Zoom, Collaborate Ultra, Google Meet, some form of that. We have no in-classroom activities this semester. This class is completely online. We're asynchronous. So that's how it is. So we're going to have 6 modules this semester. So all our topics, we're going to go through 15 topics this semester, 1 per week. And with that, we're going to be moving pretty quick. So I've broken it down into 6 modules. So you'll be tested on either 2 or 3 different topics in the module exam. So all homework is going to be submitted through eCampus, or it's going to be done in My Educator. If it's in My Educator, which is our course pack, you do not have to submit anything in eCampus. The reason I have those in there is so I can put a grade in the grade book for those, and you'll be able to see it in the grade book. So don't get overly worried that there's nothing to submit. If you do submit something, I'm going to, on my end, I'll delete it, because I'll need to put a grade in. And it tells me you submitted something that I need to grade. So don't do that. If you do, like I said, I'll delete it. All right. So our course schedule and is at the end of the syllabus. You can also see this in My Educator and on eCampus. And we also need to, actually, we won't have any discussion questions. I've removed those from our course this semester. So took some work off you, which took work off me. Because I know you guys have other classes and you're also trying to adjust, so I'm trying to make it easier for you guys. But we will have written homework. We will have module exams. We'll have assigned readings. We'll have quick checks. And a final exam. So each of these are designed to help you meet the learning objectives. All right, so office hours. Office hours are going to be done through Zoom. I will provide a link. All you got to do is click on it, and you'll be in. I will be recording all sessions of office hours, regardless if they're one-on-one or group. That way, if it's one-on-one, I'll provide you a copy. I'll give you the link. And that way, if you need to refer back to it, we can. I might have guaranteed you something and completely forgot, and you tell me, hey, well, we talked about it. And I can go back, watch it, and say, oh, yes, I did. So I can, I don't want to not give you that opportunity that I did say I would give you. So we got regular office hours and then by appointment. So let me know if you want an appointment. We'll try to get that set up. And emails, I'm available through email. Give me 48 hours. I do tend to respond much quicker than 48 hours. But hey, life happens, and if life does happen and I can't get back to you within 48 hours, I will send out a class announcement saying, hey, life is crazy right now. Unfortunately, emails will not be responded to as quickly. I respond to emails, the oldest email I have first to the newest one that just came in. All right? So just don't think I'm going to instantly respond to your email just because you sent it 30 seconds ago. Give it some time. So we're going to be working on this class through, we're going to have some guest speakers. We're going to have some lectures or open discussion, individual mini lecture videos. So every topic I've made subsection videos. That way you can play them. They're through YouTube. So regardless of your internet speed, you should be able to watch them. Yes, I know they're not the best videos, and they will be made better over time. I made over 200 videos for my classes, so first time doing it, so I'm not able to make them that great, and I know this. However, give me feedback. That way I can make them better. Because if I don't know that they're bad, well, I do know they're bad, but if I don't know that this section of it's bad, I can't fix it. So let me know. Like I said, we're going to have some procurement professionals come to class and expand on some of the material. I'm working with them to figure out when this would be, and we'll do that. So, according to commonly accepted practices, I can expect you to do 3 hours of work per credit hour of this course. So that means technically I could expect you to do 9 hours worth of work per week. My goal is not to do that, although I can expect it. So I need you to prepare for the class. We're going to have on Wednesdays at 2, where I'm going to have a class to reinforce what's going on in the class that week. This is not mandatory attendance, although I encourage you to attend. But I'll be going over some of the information in the topic that week. I will be recording it so that way we can get it to you even if you don't attend. But if you do attend, you're more than welcome to ask questions and have me go over stuff. So that's going to be Wednesdays at 2 p.m. So we're going to have different assignments throughout the course here. So one's going to be a field project. So I've already broken you guys down into teams of 4. and I'll be sending out that list once class starts. And you guys are going to be doing basically find a professional, interview them, write a paper. At least that's option 1. Option 2 is you're going to do a research paper and turn it in. I don't care which one you do. However you do, if you do option 2, I'm going to have to approve your topic that you're going over. It has to be something to do with sourcing. So that should give you a heads up on what direction I want you to go. Yeah, I'll give you more details on that, and more details are also in the course. We're going to do a category analysis project also. This is going to be due at the end of the semester. So we're going to have WVU Procurement come in and talk to you guys. Generally, I have this as the first 2 classes of the semester, but I might have our representatives make a recording for you guys and talk about certain things that are going to aid you in this. You will receive minimal instructions for this project. I want to see what you determine. How are you going to interpret what you need to do and come up with a final result? Just like if you were in a company, they would hand you some data and say, analyze this. I want you to figure it out. I want you to do it. So I want you to see how creative you guys are going to be in analyzing this data. So quick check topics. So every topic has subtopics, and each subtopic, or most subtopics, have 5 questions at the end of it. You guys will get 2 chances to do this, and your score will be the best of those 2 chances. So if you get a 5 and a 1, your score is 5. If you get a 3 and a 4 as a first and second attempt, your score is a 4. It's the highest of your first 2 attempts. You can do as many attempts as you want. If you want to do 20, I had one student last semester do 20 attempts. That's your choice. But I'm only going to score the first 2. So they're due by 5 p.m. on the due date. 5 p.m. Written homework. So we're going to have written homework. And you'll see specifically what questions are being asked. But that's due by 5 p.m. on the due date. I need you to turn these in a Microsoft Word format, either DOC or DOCX. If you turn in another format, such as Pages, which is the Mac version of of Word, I will give you a 0 because I cannot open the file, so I can't score you. So this is your warning. It's in the syllabus. All right. Module exams. Let's get rid of that. Let's see here. I'm actually had an error because that should not have stayed. So your homework is going to have generalized feedback for your written assignments. So when I say generalized, I'm only going to give you feedback if I take points away. If you get full points, you will not have feedback. Now, when I say generalized feedback, I'm going to actually say why I took it away, but it's just going to be like, I did not answer this. Well, if you want more detailed feedback, you need to contact me, and I'll give you more detailed feedback. It's just I have 340 in one class, in my B Corps class, then I got about 45 in this class. So I have almost 400 students that I'm doing written homework on, so that's 400 different documents I need to go through. In order to speed things up so I can get you guys your grades, I had to cut somewhere. So generalized feedback is what you're going to get. If you want more detailed feedback, let me know, and you'll get it. Module exams. So at the end of every module, we're going to have a module exam. We're going to be using Respondus Lockdown Browser with Monitor. So your computer is going to lock down, and you're only going to be able to see the exam. You won't be able to go to the internet. You won't be able to do anything else except the exam. And you're going to be recorded. Like I mentioned earlier, your recording, it's going to feel weird at first, but then you're going to forget about it. Module exams, I believe I set them for 1 hour, and there's only 25 questions. True, false, multiple choice. Excuse me. You get one chance at the module exam. They're closed book, open notes. So take as many notes as you want, and see what happens. Should get a good grade, because I'm not trying to trick you. So the questions will be very similar to the style of the topic questions, the quick checks. The due date is posted in eCampus. I'll just let you know, from noon to 5 p.m. on the due date is the exam window. So the exam windows are on Sundays. So make sure that you're able to get it done within that time frame. The final exam, there's a required final exam. And I'll tell you on the schedule, I'll show you what times it's going to be. So there's going to be a 100 question true false multiple choice. You're going to have 2 hours to complete 100 questions. So you're going to need to know your information. Like I said before, I'm not trying to mess you up, but I need you to know the material. And just like the module exams, closed book, open notes. All right. Late work, missed exams, zeros. That's the short and sweet of it. But if you want to say it's an excused absence, I need you to let me know, and it has to be in accordance with university policy. When you let me know, tell me what policy that you're using. That way I can look into it and make sure. Yeah, if you don't tell me and you miss it, I'm just going to enter a 0 for everybody that misses the assignment. That it doesn't matter if it's 1 minute late, 1 day late, it's late. In the grade book, it shows me late. So if it's late, it's getting a 0. Course grading. So I'm weighting grades. So your field project is worth 25%. Your category project is worth 25%. Quick checks are only worth 15%. Your written homework is worth 10%. Your module exams are worth 10%. Your final exam is worth 15%. As you can see here, the projects are more important. That doesn't mean you can slack off, but I want you to do good on the projects, because I want you to learn by doing. Anybody can take an exam and pass it, but I want to see how you guys work to get these projects done. And then here is our letter grade by percentage. This is going to be used for your midterms and your final score. So anything above 100.1, 100.1 and above is an A+. Now if you look at the bottom of this list, 67.9 and below is an F. It's on the syllabus. Do not be in this range and ask me for extra points or rounding grades. I do not do that. It's unprofessional for you to ask, and I see it as you couldn't be bothered to put the effort in before because you missed assignments or you did work not to your ability. And so I will not give you any extra points or extra around your grade. I will not do it. Don't ask. All right, incorrect grades. I am not perfect. I will grade things incorrectly, but I want you guys to check it and let me know when I do that. So if you identify an incorrect grade, let me know. You will have 1 week from when I post it to eCampus to let me know. I will review it, and I will correct any error that I find. So feel free to let me know. I want you to get the grade that you've earned, and that requires me to grade you correctly, right? Extra credit. I'm going to offer extra credit throughout the semester. However, it will not exceed 5% of the overall course. So your maximum score you can get in this course is 105%. So we have a syllabus quiz that's going to be using Respondus Lockdown with browser, or Respondus Lockdown browser with monitor. That right there, I'm going to make that 1%. So it's extra credit. It's also making sure that your technology works. So when it comes to the exams, we don't run into problems. Right there, 1%. Just another 4% to go. Honors contracts. If you are a student in the honors college and you want to make this class an honors class, which through an honors contract, let me know. We'll talk. I am willing to do that, and I encourage you to do that. All right, class policy. Basically, I want you to learn. I'll do everything I can to help you learn, but you got to do what you need to do and make sure your equipment works. You can read that in more detail. Call ITS if you run into any technical problems, because I can't do anything for you. I'm not a computer expert. I know a lot of things about computers, but I am not to the level of ITS. So call them. They'll help you out. University policies. University has many policies. You click on this link, it will take them to you. They'll take you to them, such as academic integrity, incompletes, selling my material that I'm teaching you with. Yeah, all this is covered under these policies. If you do not understand a policy, reach out to me and I will help you understand. If I cannot do an adequate job in explaining the policy to you, I will have somebody refer you to somebody to talk to about the policy. If I'm not qualified to talk to you about the policy, for example, academic integrity, I know what I need to do when I suspect there's cheating in my classroom. However, I'm not an expert, so I will refer you probably to the Office of Student Conduct to learn more about that policy. Simple. All right. Kind of a disclaimer here. There might be errors or changes needed to my syllabus. This basically says I will fix those errors or make modifications as I deem necessary, but I will let you guys know of those changes and send you out new syllabuses. However, I will not change grading. I will not change the letter grades to percentages. Those will not change. So that way you don't have to worry about me screwing up your course grade. All right, here is the course schedule. This is a tentative schedule based on what we can expect our semester to be for right now. So here you can see we're going to be going over topic 1. What is purchasing and supply management? Then what I want you to do, I want you to read and watch the mini lecture videos. And I want you to complete that by August 26th. Yes, I know that is the first day of class, or first day of the semester. As you can see here, I am not quizzing you or doing anything like that. I want you to get it done because that's going to help reinforce the reading. Quick checks. Quick checks 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, and 1.7 is due at 5 p.m. on August 30th, 2020. Now you know exactly what you have to do when it comes to quick checks. Written homework. Complete and submit to eCampus question number 6 in topic 1, section 1.0, or 1.10. You know right now what question needs to be answered. And I've listed every question for the whole semester. So if you want to work ahead and get everything done, you can. I won't stop you. I encourage it. It's just you will not be able to turn it in until that week starts, which is always on Monday. Monday at midnight or 12:01 in the morning. You can turn it in then. However, I will not grade it until after the due date has passed to give you an opportunity to update or make changes or resubmit. But everything is due at 5 p.m. And also the first week, we're going to do the syllabus quiz. So you can see week 2 has a similar thing. Week 3, Labor Day. So we're going to have Labor Day on September 7th. The university is closed. But on week 3, we're going to have a module exam. It's going to be due at 5 p.m. on September 13th. I'm going to open it at noon, and it's going to close at 5. So you need take your time, put this on your calendar, make sure you get it done, because the late policy is if you miss it, it's 0, unless you have a valid excuse in accordance with one of the university policies. All right. Let's see, we keep going down. As you can see, like here, it's week 7, written homework. Do question number 1 under topic 7, section 7.9. I've done that so you can see them all. And you can see here, the field project is due in week 7. There's a paper and team performance review. So go ahead and take a look. Make sure you can get that done and turn it in by that date and time. All right. In week 11, we're going to have general elections. I don't care who you vote for, as long as you vote. If you're a United States citizen and eligible to vote, go vote. Democrat, Republican, Green Party, Mountain Party, I don't care. Go vote. All right. So once we get down here, we're going to have fall recess that starts November 25th through the 29th. We're going to have no classes. So if you are on campus, taking campus courses, in classroom classes, on November 25th, that is the beginning of fall recess. So there will be no more face-to-face classes after that time. But if you look here, I've made the adjustment, so your homework and quick checks are going to be due on November 30th at 5 p.m. So I've encompassed this fall break into that week. That way you can make sure to get all the knowledge you can for that week, and there's no wasted time. So the final exam is going to be 3 to 5 p.m. on December 9th. So go ahead and put that in your calendar. It's going to be online using Respondus Lockdown Browser with Monitor. It's 100 questions in 2 hours. So you have 120 minutes to do 100 questions. If you have an accommodation, your accommodation will be adjusting as necessary to the final exam. So, yeah, that's our semester right there. If you have any questions, I would like you to let me know. That way I can work with you to get a answer. So, I want you to do good in this class. I am here for you. Whether we have to meet by appointment for office hours, outside of office hours. I prefer not to meet on Saturday and Sundays, but I will for this class. And yeah, I know all of you can do good. I've looked at your names, and some of you I know, and I know will do well. Others I'm looking forward to learning about you, because I'll have you again in Supply Chain 450. But what I'm going to say is, let's get this course on the rolling, and you'll do well. So we'll see you around.